Yeah, the hunting and the fishing, it's the blood inside my veins. Through the sun-scorched open fields and the driving autumn rains. It's a passion, it's a freedom, it's the only life I know. Where the river bends and the tall grass grows.
From the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains and broadcasting from their studio in the South Mountains of North Carolina, this is Carolina Outdoor Adventures Podcast, where you can experience outdoor adventures each week. Whether it is hunting, fishing, or anything to do with the great outdoors, we are sure to have a topic to interest you. And now here's your host of the Carolina Outdoor Adventures Podcast, Jim Carr.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to, I think, the 5th episode of Carolina Outdoor Adventures TV's Thursday Night Outdoors. With me this evening is John Sparks, who is our producer and also my cameraman. When he can get down, the go guy, when he can get down off the mountain up there. And for a special guest tonight, we're going to have Jeremy Colvin from Hooked Up. And he started a new channel. So what you're watching tonight is you're watching Thursday Night Outdoors. And this is our 5th episode. And what we do on Thursday Night Outdoors is we have content providers on our Roku channel, the Outdoor Adventures channel. And all these guys have really good shows. So from time to time, we ask them to be guests on our program and have them talk about fishing and what they do in their parts of the country. So that's what we do here. And we'll bring in Jeremy here in just a little bit. I think he's back. Let me go ahead and bring in Jeremy Colvin from Hooked Up. Hey, Jeremy.
There he is.
There he is. Hey, Jeremy, can you pick up your camera just a little bit?
Just a hair, tip it up.
Up, a little more. Yeah, that's better.
Yep,
there we go. Perfect. There.
Awesome.
Okay. Now we can see the whole man himself. Okay, Jeremy Colvin from Hooked Up. For those of you who don't know, Jeremy used to have another show which was Fin Seeker TV, and he started this new show that he's got. So you want to check him out on YouTube, and he's got some great programs and great things that he's got going on. What Jeremy does is he catches a lot of nice catfish up there. You're from Kentucky, right, Jeremy?
Yes, South Central Kentucky.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself up there and tell us what's going on up in Kentucky right now?
Well, my name's Jeremy Colvin. I have the channel Hooked Up, and I live in South Central Kentucky on Barren River Lake. It's a small 10,000-acre reservoir here in southern Kentucky, and we fish a lot here. We do travel a lot. We just got off the Tennessee River yesterday, and we go to Ohio River and West Virginia, Alabama a few times a year. So we like to travel around and fish different areas.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you have your son on there quite a bit. I know you guys, I've been watching a little bit about what you got going on. You guys fish tournaments quite a bit, you and your son, don't you?
Yeah, we don't fish a whole lot of tournaments, but when I do, he's usually my partner, and 90% of the time when I'm on the boat, he's out there with me. So we have a good team going, and I enjoy being out there with him.
Yeah, he looks like he enjoys being out there hauling them catfish too. I got a couple of clips we're going to play later on where you and your son are out fishing, and it seems to be that the both clips I picked out, for some reason, you were out in weather that just wasn't really that cool. I mean, one of them, there was snow coming down, and matter of fact, you were with a buddy of yours, and there was snow on the windshield. So, but you were catching catfish, and let's talk about that a little bit before I play a clip. When you're catfishing under them conditions, is there, other than the fact it's cold, and I guess other than the fact that you've got to slow your presentation down and you slow it in your, I presume you weren't trolling or you weren't drifting or dragging or anything. You were probably sitting still. you have to slow everything down when you're fishing under them conditions for catfish?
Sometimes, but wintertime, the big blues, they can be pretty active. So
Okay.
it's not like you just have to sit and wait them out. You will usually find me anchored up on a ledge, or if I can find a deep hole or something that they're in, that's usually the two spots you'll find me in. But usually you don't have to sit there long. In the wintertime, they're pretty aggressive.
Okay, all right. Jeremy is also one of our content providers. You can catch him, like I said, follow on his YouTube channel. And also, if you like to watch the hunting and fishing shows on the big screen, you can go to our Roku channel, and he's also got all of his videos up on there too. So, it's everybody. It seems like everybody has their own style for catching catfish. I'm one to try about anybody's style, and it's not what I know when I go out there. It's what I see other guys doing, and just watching some of you guys out there, I've seen some different things that I've never tried before. Like you use skipjack a lot or gizzard shad?
I've had a whole lot better luck on skipjack.
Have you?
Sometimes in the wintertime, the gizzard shad is a little bit better, but most of the time you'll see me using the skipjack.
We don't have skipjack down here. You would, huh? What's that, John?
So that's very interesting that skipjack would be something that you would use to catch a freshwater fish.
Yeah.
It just seems mind-boggling to me.
Well, we don't have them in North Carolina. We're only 2 states away. I don't know why. I guess they never were introduced here. If they are here, I don't know where they're at. But they kind of look like a shad, I guess, wouldn't you say, Jeremy, in a way?
Yeah, bigger shad. And it's funny y'all talk about that because here on my home lake in south central Kentucky, we don't have skipjack. I have to travel an hour and a half in one direction or another to one of the big rivers to catch them. But it's still a really effective bait here because the amount of oil and blood and just the scent it puts out that attracts these big catfish.
So in the wintertime, when obviously temperatures have decided that they just want to plummet, and you're fishing in that super cold stuff, I imagine that even the younger, scrappier catfish, the guys that are like, between 2 and maybe 5 pounds, are they swimming deep like the big guys, or are they hanging out a little bit closer to the shore to try to pick up some sunlight? How does that work?
Well, in the wintertime, when I leave the ramp, first thing I'll do is look for the birds because the birds are going to show you where the bait fish are. If you can find a big group of bait fish that the birds are working, the catfish are going to be right there among them. So those fish will be active fish. They're usually in less than 20 foot of water. Well, they are here on my lake anyway. And they're pretty aggressive. But if you're having trouble finding the bait, I would go to a hole, just like any kind of depression that they can get in, and just anchor up there and try there.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
If I can see the bait working, then that's my first place to stop if I see the shad and the birds.
Now, you have to catch this. You catch this. I watched the video here. Like I said, I watched one of your videos. You were catching them on a rod and reel. Is that how you have to do it?
The skipjack?
Yeah.
Yeah. We use
I know nothing about them, Jeremy. Okay. For the shad, we throw a net. So I don't.
Yeah.
This is a learning thing for me.
If I had one rigged up, I'd brought it in here and showed it to you. But basically, what it is, I just use a medium cast or medium action bait caster rod, or you can use a spinning rod. Either one, don't matter. I use 12-pound line. And what I'll do is I'll get these little curly tail grubs, like a 1/16 ounce, and I'll tie 3 of them about 8 inches apart. And then on the bottom of my line, I will put like a silver buddy or a spoon or something, just something that's got a little bit of weight to it. Because what that weight does, it gives you that longer cast. And we're just going up in the dam around the edge of the bowls and throwing those rigs and just burn them back to the boat. And sometimes you catch 2, 3, and 4 on a single cast. So it's pretty fun.
That's interesting that you could fish those catfish in the cold months that fast and that hard. That's
right.
I would have never thought of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're pretty active. Even the bigger fish seem to be more active, for me anyway.
Let me go ahead and play this first clip so everybody can see what, some of the stuff you go through up there in Kentucky. I mean, this looks real. I mean, I've done this before for stripers, but never for catfish. This looks really cold, everybody.
Decent channel though for here. It's coming a blizzard this morning.
We're the only idiots out here today.
Yeah, got the whole lake to ourselves. It's like last week we were reeling them in and realized there's one on there. Two. They bite about sitting there when they bite this time of year.
When we realize the other ones that's had a bite, we'll get him off first. He's a little fatter.
Number two. Oh, you're right.
Oh, that's why I felt bigger. I'll pull him out.
Coming in backwards. Blue though.
That's when I felt bigger. Boy, don't watch the.
They're getting a little bigger.
Yeah, at least they're getting the right color.
First blue.
That was so cold I had to go turn my air conditioner off. But,
I'm gonna tell you, I would kill to be. Those are like my prime conditions. I thrive in the cold. So I tell you what, when you guys go out this winter, you let me know. I will drive to Kentucky and go with you.
Anytime, buddy. I remember that day pretty well. I think it was in the teens that day, and it come a snowstorm that morning. And we had just left the boat ramp. We hadn't gone 100 yards, and I drove over a little 20-foot hole right there, and I saw a bunch of fish stacked up in it. So we anchored on it. Just gonna give it a few minutes, and I think we caught 4 or 5 right there real quick. We had the first fish on before we even got all the rods out, so they was pretty active.
Wow. I mean, perfect. Perfect. I mean, how 100 yards from the freaking dock? Are you kidding me? You guys didn't even have to. Are you kidding?
what he's not telling you is they stayed close to the dock so they could get back to the vehicle and warm up.
That was a spot I've never fished before. I just happened to notice it on my graph.
Yeah,
I said, hey, we're going to stop here for just a minute. There's some fish here.
Yeah.
We didn't catch no big ones out there.
Well, no, but it panned out. Well, I mean, really, realistically, it's not always about catching a big fish.
Right.
We went up to a lake. We haven't put any of the shows up yet because, to tell you the truth, we got a lot of editing to do on these. But me and John and Shane went up and fished the lake last Friday, wasn't it, John? Something like that. I think it was it.
Yeah.
And up in the mountains, and just a small lake. And we were catching some of the biggest brim I think I've ever caught in my life.
I've got a big hand, and they were bigger than my hand.
Yes. And
And
we caught,
the prettiest colors too.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
so vibrant. It was insane.
Yeah. And the catfish. Now there weren't any big ones. I guess probably the biggest catfish might have been, I don't know what, 3 to 5 pounds, John.
It was I think the biggest one that Shane pulled out was around 4.5 pounds, I think. But they were pretty consistent, which was insane.
And we're fishing for these guys on just light tackle. So I guess my point is it's not really, I don't think, how big the fish is all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it's what you make of the time when you're out there fishing. We'd all like to catch a big fish. We'd all like to get a big buck, but it don't work like that all the time, you know?
So I do actually have a question for you, Jeremy. So I noticed in that clip there, the channel came up and he looked a little paler in color, and same with the blue. Is that something that's normal for the colder months?
We see a lot of, especially the blues, they're really white in about January and February when it's real cold. It's where they're staying in deeper water maybe. I don't know what causes that, but yeah, they're really white in color around here that time of year.
Interesting.
What's your favorite go-to rig? I guess I noticed one thing you were doing. I don't think it was on this clip, but we'll see it on the next clip. You were using kind of like what we call the Santee Cooper rig. Okay, are you familiar with it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
But you had a kind of a bobber in between there, Jeremy, that we use on the coast for catching redfish and trout. It's what they call like a clicker bobber. Is there a reason you're using that type of a float?
This float right here, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is the Kirby rig. Get these from Dale's Tackle. I use these a lot in the summertime. What it does is it floats your bait up just right off the bottom.
Right.
In the wintertime, I will usually fish my baits right on the bottom. They like it better, especially if they're buried up in the mud. But 3/4 of the year, I got one of these tied on. And I just have more luck just having my bait that's 6 inches to a foot right off the bottom.
Okay.
I'll show you my whole rig here. Basically just a...
it's interesting.
It's a basic Carolina rig.
Right, that's basically what the Santee rig is. It's a Carolina rig with a float in the line.
Yeah. You're going to have to give me just 1 second. I done got tangled up. There you
go. You're good. All right, let's take a look at this thing.
Yeah. This is 40-pound main line. This is slime line.
Okay.
It goes down to a swivel right here. And just above my swivel, I have a no-roll sinker here. This is this right here is a 5-ounce. Here on the lake, my home lake here, we don't have any current most of the time, so I use a lot of 4s and 5s.
Okay.
If I'm going to like one of the bigger rivers, like the Tennessee River or something, and the current's heavier, then I'll have to go up to 6, 8 ounce, and sometimes even heavier than that. And coming off just below my swivel, I have 60-pound leader line right here. And about 10 inches away from my swivel, I have this Kirby rig tied on. This rig right here, it's wire. It has a float in the middle. That
got a wire on it, yep.
It's got beads on both sides. It provides a little bit of a rattle. You can hear it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of the Kirby rig, I got about 6 inches. And I'll have usually a 9/0 hook. And that's pretty much the rig I use most of the time. Now, like I said, the lake I live on here, we don't have no current most of the time. Braden has a little youth tournament here Saturday morning. We're getting ready to go fish. So the anchor fishing's not going to be real effective. You can sit and hope get lucky if one comes by, but we're gonna have to cover water, and we'll be doing a lot of drifting. So basically, this weekend we're gonna be going just with the basic Carolina rigs. We got the singer, and then we'll drop down like that, and we may add some. Start dragging some baits, which I have some different sinkers and stuff for that. But we're just going to kind of wing it this week. It's just kind of a fun tournament and see what we can come up with.
Derek Marlowe is on our pro staff, and he's got a question for you, Jeremy. He wants to know if are you using circle hooks?
Yes, I use circle hooks all the time.
Okay.
That's
okay. So that's a 9/0 circle hook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that setup, you were not losing a fish. At least you shouldn't lose a fish.
Most of the time we don't, but every once in a while you will.
Well, get tangled around a rock or something, you know.
Yeah.
We had one
These catfish are way too smart, and it bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. We had one got hung up in a tree here Friday. I thought for a minute John was going to go in the lake and get him, but he didn't. But Shane worked at it.
Tackle's getting expensive.
Shane worked at it, and John pulled the tree up, and they finally got the catfish out of there. But anyways, that's persistence. I think I just broke him off. But anyways.
Yeah. There's a number of times where we had some incidents where we had to swing the boat over and pick trees out of the water to just get the hook free because stuff's expensive, man.
Yeah, it is. Especially now that float that you use, and they use that at the coast a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but when we go down there red fishing or trout fishing with live bait, and they tell me the people tell me the reason you use it because it imitates shrimp. Because you jerk it every once in a while and it will click, makes a clicking sound like shrimp do. So I know it's real effective. I don't know how it is for catfish, but I know it's real effective on saltwater species.
Yeah, and something else I'll do in the wintertime, right below that float, I will add some, what do you call those little rattles on it, the ones that spin?
Yeah.
I can't think of what they're called, but anyway, I'll put a couple of them on there just above my hook right there, and it gives you just a little bit more sound, and that rattle imitates the shad and everything. And so I use that a lot in the dead of winter.
There's a question from Alan Boone. Can you see it?
Do you prefer the flat sinkers over the normal round sinkers, and why? I do. I have both. I use the no-roll sinkers. If you're fishing current, that's what you want, the no-roll, because it'll lay flat on the bottom.
Right.
Whereas your bank sinkers, if you throw them out in that current, a lot of times they're just going to roll around, and your bait's just going to keep going and going. So the no-roll in the current is what you want.
Yeah.
If you're fishing no current, the regular bank sinkers, they will work fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the barrel. I like the barrel sinkers if I'm drifting. I mean, a lot of guys, I know John Jeffcoat, he uses them, the ones that are, you might even use some of them, the big long ones that like they're made out of paracord and they got weight in them. They work good, but I just kind of stick with the darn barrel sinker. I just feel that sometimes they roll over logs and stuff better, but I do like them kind that you have, and I'm kind of experimenting, trying to figure out which one works the best when you're drifting. And I really think them flat ones actually work better in a way. I think they slide up over stuff better.
Yeah, I don't know how big those barrel sinkers go up in weight. It really don't matter. Like, I'm going to be drifting this weekend. I've already got one tied up here. That'll be the rig I go with. But they do the same job. As you just want those baits to stay straight down. You don't want it to get pulled behind the boat if you're drifting. You just want that bait to stay straight down so you can have that bait real close to the bottom.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube Carolina Outdoor Adventures TV for all things hunting, fishing, and exciting outdoor videos.